cannot take up for your actions, you look weak. In my opinion, you look weak because you were strong enough or powerful enough to do it, but you're not strong enough to apologize? I don't need to apologize. I ain't do nothing wrong. If you ain't do nothing wrong, why are you still around that person pretending like you ain't do nothing? So you know you did something wrong because you pretended like you ain't do it. So, right. Keep your mouth shut. Because you did do something wrong. You know you did something wrong. Because if you didn't do nothing wrong, you would have owned up to it. Yeah, I did it. So what? Yeah, I ran my mouth. So what? Yeah, I was over here talking shit. So what? Yeah, I was here moving like this. So what? Because I can. Who are you to tell me what I can or cannot do? Right. If you can't do that, if you can't open your mouth and say that, you're weak. So why aren't you taking up for your actions? Why aren't you taking up for what you did? Why aren't you taking up for what you said? Take accountability. Nobody give a fuck if you was in the wrong, nigga. Just take accountability. Yeah, I was in the wrong. So what? Yeah, I did that shit. So what? But instead, you act like a weak ass bitch and close your mouth. Let me come over here and pretend like I ain't do that and get up in their face and do. Crazy. You're crazy. And I know you probably do that shit to get on get on that person's nerve and be like, I already know it's finna get on their nerves. I already know what's going on. I already know I'm finna do this shit and pretend like I ain't do it to gaslight them and make them feel like this and make them feel like that and make them feel like they ain't this and the third. But when it's really you that is this, that, and the third,